So in microeconomics, we have already discussed about what is external economies of scale. So whenever we are considering that external economies of scale operating in any industry, what we will find that as the level of output increases, so that there will be decrease in average cost and marginal cost of production. So expansion of industry, that will give you cheaper product. So the existing trade pattern can be confirmed by the strong external economy of scale. And in international market, if we consider the international market, here what happens due to external economy of scale, if we consider that one country, this country starts as large producers. So historically this country started as large producer of any commodity. So this country will remain as the large producer in the global market due to the external economy of scale, just because it started first. Even if we can see in this case, even if some other country can sell the same commodity at lower price or produce it more efficiently, but still, as this country started historically as the large producer of the commodity, it will remain as the large producer of the commodity due to this external economy of scale. So now we are considering the global market for watch. And we are considering that we know that the Switzerland is known as a large supplier of watch in the global market. So now we consider that this is the average cost of watch in Switzerland, or average cost of watch produced by the Swiss watch industry. So this is we consider that this is D is the global demand curve for watch. So global price of watch is OP1. In vertical axis we are measuring price and cost of production. In the horizontal axis we are measuring the quantity of watch. Now, if we consider the Thai watch industry, and let us consider that the Thai watch industry is nothing but the constellation of many small firms or competitive firms in Thailand. And due to this competition, wage in Thailand is less than the wage rate in Switzerland. So if Thai industry can start producing watch, their average cost curve will be ACT. So what we see clearly that average cost Thai market, the Thai industry can enjoy comparative advantage in production, because average cost in Thailand is lower than the average cost in Swiss watch industry. But problem is that Thailand has not started producing watch globally. So what we see that Q in Thailand is, output in Thailand is 0. So whenever the Thai industry starts producing watch, the minimum cost required for producing is OC0. So minimum price that the Thai industry can start selling watch globally, that is required is OC0. But what happens, even the domestic consumers of Thailand, they are being able to purchase watch from global market at this price OP1, and OP1 is less than OC0. So what is happening? Swiss industry, they are producing this amount of watch, OQ star amount of watch. That's why they are enjoying the benefits of large scale production. But what about the Thai watch industry? Thai watch industry is at the zero level of production. Their minimum cost price required is OC0, which is greater than the global price. So whenever the Thai watch industry will start charging price OC0, they will not get any consumer. Even the domestic consumers will purchase from the Swiss industry. So demand for Thai product even in the domestic market as well as in the global market will be completely zero. So they will be wiped out of the competition just because Switzerland started it earlier. So what we see in this type of trading, due to this historical trading pattern, the domestic market or the Thailand is being worse off due to trade. If we consider that there is no trade, the situation could be better off. So for that we will introduce separately two things, under autarky and under trade, free trade. So let us introduce the demand curve also. So this is the average cost of Swiss watch industry. This is the average cost of Thai watch industry. This D is the global demand curve for watch, and DT is the demand curve for watch in Thai domestic market. So for time being, we are considering that the country has closed every kind of trade and the country is under autarky. So if there is trade in the global market, equilibrium will be E1. Definitely the global market will be dominated by the Swiss industries if we consider the pattern of trade as we did in the previous case. But if we consider there is autarky, there is no scope of trade. That means if the Thai consumers want to purchase a watch, they have to purchase from the Thai industry. So that time equilibrium will be E2. The intersection of domestic demand curve for watch in Thailand and the average cost of watch in Thai industry. So what we'll see? The price will be P2, which is less than the global price. So in this case, what we see? In this case, we see that the country has completely restricted trade. There is no scope for importing watch from the Swiss industry. So that means the domestic consumers, they have to purchase watch from the Thai industry. So what will they? From here, if C0, the Thai industry is being given the scope. The Thai industry gets the scope to expand. So whenever it expands, its average cost starts to fall. And finally, what we see that in the domestic market, Thai producers are being able to sell the commodity at lower price than the international market. That means here restriction or protection Or we can see that if there is free trade, that time production of Thai wash will become zero. If under autarky, this will be the production of Thai wash, and the consumers can also get the commodity at lower price than the international market. So in such case, what we see, if the country completely restricts trade or the government completely restricts trade, that will give an impetus for the Thai wash industry to expand and enjoy the benefits of large scale production and economies of scale, and the domestic commodity can compete with the global market, can compete in the global market. And now if we open up the trade, definitely the international price will be P3. That means the global wash market will be dominated by the Thai industry right now. So this is the justification of production in such a country where the domestic industry can enjoy the benefits of large scale production, and it can expand enough to compete with the existing global industry, existing established global industries from outside or established foreign industries. So there is the justification of production, which we will start discuss in our next part in infant industry argument for protection.